We got the push-ups one. Not Joe Rogan. Here, Too Lazy to Try. We'll do Too Lazy to Try's video on it. He does a really good job. If you've never seen Too Lazy to Try, let's put the link to his stuff up here. There you go, guys. That's he's a really good follow. He has the George Costanza logo, and it's just kind of perfect. He just lazily reads through these little
spats,
and like then just plays the video. Tom Segura was talking about his obsession with Garth Brooks.
I thought this was a Bert Kreischer thing.
It is.
Okay.
Bert's on there. This is like their wrap-up of Sober October. That really gay thing they do where they don't drink for a month and then just start drinking.
But they smoke
again. It's
like fucking stogies left, right, and sideways.
Fucking stupid. But anyway, he's got Tom Segura on there, and Tom's talking about how he does this troll of Garth Brooks. How his fans now, it's basically on autopilot. Garth Brooks posts something on social media, and there's hundreds of Tom Segura fans just writing shit to Garth Brooks.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Joe Rogan starts asking Tom Segura, like, would you have Garth Brooks on your show?
Okay.
Now, what would you say?
Absolutely.
Fucking 1,000%.
If nothing else, to see where this goes now.
Bert Kreischer does his whole gimmick where he takes a really stupid concept, like a stupid take, and then just leans into it. Rogan's had it with the fucking gimmick of Bert Kreischer.
So Joe asked Tom if Garth agreed to do Tom's podcast, would he stop messing with him? And Tom's like, yeah, I'd love to have him on. And he says he thinks his fans would even stop messing with him. But then Bert's like,
all right, let's find, again, Too Lazy to Try.
Some reason.
You'd be willing to drop this if Garth Brooks would come on the podcast?
100%.
No, hold on.
For sure.
That'll
It's
never
already
happen.
been
That'll
played.
never happen.
Why would that never happen?
Garth,
that should happen.
Oh, here it is. Hadab, you're a genius. Yeah, this
Garth, you should make this happen.
And then
for everybody's
because
sake.
he's not
Solo,
gaining
we love you,
fans.
We love you. Where are the bodies, G?
Oh, yeah, so they do shit like that. Like it's even at their concerts. Where are the bodies, G? And just they goofy shit. It's nothing terrible or awful. It's just they're goofing on Garth Brooks a little bit.
But yeah, I mean, again, if he's gonna come on your show, yeah, dude, you dropped the bit.
And nobody's getting hurt. Like Garth Brooks is not being harmed by this. Garth Brooks is a 100 millionaire with hundreds of millions of fans around the world. He's one of the biggest musical acts of all time.
I'm pretty sure he doesn't pay attention.
He doesn't fucking care.
Anytime Garth Brooks is down, he just has to think about the time that him playing fucking Baton Rouge caused an earthquake.
Caused
A fucking earthquake.
Bert Kreischer, though, is one of these guys who, like, thinks who the fuck he is and has an inflated sense of self.
He's the machine.
He doesn't understand his place in entertainment. His place in entertainment is not anywhere near the same stratosphere as Garth Brooks. Bert Kreischer is internet famous with some part-time mainstream notice. But he's mostly internet famous. Podcasting, shit like that. There's podcasting famous, which is a great living, great way to make ends meet and all that stuff. And it can make you rich if you're at the top of the podcasting game. Then there's the fucking level Garth Brooks and the Rolling Stones and everyone else are on. It's not anywhere near like where Bert Kreischer and Tom Segura are, both very successful. Not even in the same planet as Garth Brooks.
Garth Brooks grew out his hair and tried, like in the early 90s, tried to switch into like, what was it, R&B or some sort of it really didn't work out at all, and immediately went back to country music, kept all his fans.
Well, and not only like Joe Rogan. Okay, we know how popular Joe Rogan is. Joe Rogan's amount of fans doesn't hold a candle to the amount of people who identify themselves as a Garth Brooks fan. Look, I mean, it's music versus podcasting. It's just two different levels of fame. So here we go. Joe's going to snap at Bert Kreischer for being a dipshit.
Quickly, they pulled that camera away.
Yeah.
They didn't just switch cameras; they backed out of it.
Yeah, they did.
See how they backed out? Like,
Wait, what is that? Oh shit!
But wait,
like
there's no benefit.
Underwater.
There's no benefit for Garth to go on the podcast.
Incorrect. First of all, they're very nice people. Both Tom and Christina are very nice people, and they'll be very.
I'm going to be devil's advocate.
Shut the fuck up for a second.
I love when Joe's at, because again, the relationship between Joe and these guys is that of father-son. It's just the power dynamic grew that way. They may have started as friends, but now it's father-son. And he probably has more of a brotherly thing with Tom Segura because Tom Segura has the maturity of a 50-year-old man. Bert Kreischer has the maturity of a 14-year-old. So you have to treat him like Lenny from Of Mice and Men. And so Joe Rogan decides, you know what? I try to be nice to all these guys when they come on my podcast, but Bert is being relentlessly stupid right now. And I have to say, shut the fuck up for a minute.
Hold on. You're telling me you expect me to believe that this example of human understanding who regularly performs without wearing a shirt, and that's his most noticeable trait.
Yes.
He's not that mature?
No, not the most grown-up guy in the world. It's shocking, I know, and I apologize if I dropped that on anyone too abruptly.
And they'd be happy.
I love the look on Bert's face after that. It's like he didn't even...
He did make like a little Tardo face.
Oh. Daddy yelled at me. And everyone's just
Let's
confused.
skip around.
Like,
Too Lazy to Try. Go watch all of Too Lazy to Try stuff. It's great. It's just that if I go through all his commentary,
I'll fall asleep. It's the monotone thing.
It's great, but it takes too long.
And then...
Here we go.
Right. It was a problem where he was like,
Here.
Why no?
Oh, so they're both wearing
We're
Ari
sorry
Shaffir.
if this hurt
Oh,
your
they're
feelings.
all wearing
This is
Ari Shaffir.
all just fun.
Yes.
We're just fun
1000%.
people.
How fun would it be if Garth was like, listen, man, I can't have that shit come up.
No.
We're 2 years away from a statute of limitations.
What do you mean no? Why no?
100% no.
Why? If you're Garth's manager.
I'll tell you as Garth.
Yeah.
How many months do you think it happened to Garth where it was a problem? Where he was like,
None. He doesn't fucking care.
And if it was a problem, so what? Don't address it?
But this is what I'm talking about with Bert. He's so delusional. He gathered a little bit of fame, and now he thinks he's on everybody's level. It's like, how bad do you think that thing you did? He's trying to suck up to his friends, and even his friends are like, no, you fucking suck up. Shut your mouth. It's Garth fucking Brooks.
I think the only person in that room who has any idea what it might be like to be Garth Brooks in that situation, just in any respect, way, shape, or form, is Joe.
And even then, like a taste, maybe a taste.
And even he's saying like, yeah, dude, you do the show.
Right.
You do the show.
the fuck is this?
Never.
All of the months.
Right. Actually, we got at first we would go like, do you think Garth knows? And we'd talk about that. And then I happened to meet somebody who actually is closely connected to him. He goes, I asked his right-hand person, does Garth hate Tom? And the guy goes, Garth doesn't hate anybody, which is such a...
Not only that, Garth probably doesn't know who he is unless he's a listener of his podcast.
You know, I think I'm really surprised Bert Kreischer didn't realize this. You'd think he'd know from dealing with the internet. People shit on you no matter what you do. So you're really telling me that this continual bit where some people were shitting on him, oh, that's really distracting me from the sold-out stadiums, thousands of people. I put up a tweet and they didn't like it.
He would have never made it out of the VFWs if one sign fucked him up.
God damn. I mean, seriously.
Bert is remarkably dumb.
It's just, well, it's not even dumb.
Is Bert dumber than Schaub?
I don't think he's dumb. I think he's projecting.
Oh,
I think Bert in this position couldn't let it go. I've got all these millions of fans, but those fuckers over there.
That's true. Remember when we thought he was complaining about us because we were a show in Minnesota that shit on him?
We were so disappointed finding out he wasn't.
We found out it was just some fucking guy on Twitter with 100 followers.
Yeah.
Like, Bert is very sensitive. We thought because we were shitting on him and that we had performed with Steve-O before, we thought since they had
somehow
that person in common,
because it was Steve-O on his show.
Yes. But then we found out years later, because Bert brought the guy from Minnesota up again, and we went, here we go.
Yep.
It was even worse than that. It wasn't some podunk dog shit radio show.
It's just some dude on the internet.
Dick on Twitter with 100 followers that got to him. So Bert, you're right. You're absolutely right, Johnny. He's projecting and saying, if I was Garth, I would let every little thing bother me. Well, Bert, there's a reason you're not Garth
He's
Brooks.
Projecting like he's a fucking drive-in movie theater. It is horrible.
Garth answer. You know? Garth doesn't hate anybody.
Because you were just like, no.
Right, but what is it?
Just that like they're just accept that they have a spin on it, that they're like, you know, when you're big, when you're really well known, you have a big profile.
Yeah.
You can't control what happens online and all this stuff. But it's all the comments. It's not.
In other words, he doesn't give a fuck. He's got too much shit to do. You think Garth Brooks reads his own comments? I bet you his people... Look, I'm not disrespecting Tom. I said that after he pulled the Brendan thing. I'm sorry I criticized Tom Segura ever. I get it now. He's a funny guy. But, you know, this is not disrespect to Tom. Garth's people are probably fully aware of who Tom Segura is and this gimmick they've got going on. But Garth doesn't.
And like I said, I'm really sure it's hard to fall asleep at night all them sold out shows.
Your pillow's stuffed with 20s and 100s. Yeah, it's probably difficult.
It's really a problem. I get off the stage and they're throwing their bras and their panties at me and they're just sopping wet, and all I can think is, those guys on the internet don't like me.
Well, that and my fans are getting older.
It's every post.
It's every post. Yeah. But if he went on your podcast,
shut up,
I think it would turn around.
1,000%.
For Tom. No.
For Garth.
No, he's right. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you why.
I'm gonna be. You guys.
I love how everybody's trying to no-sell Bert and not let him into the conversation. They're all like trying to talk over him and
he's beating his way in.
What you're about to say, you big lummox, is that whatever you're about to say is stupid, and it's going to be idiotic, and it's going to be a rotten take. And if that was like your gimmick, that would be okay. But you come by this honestly. Like Bert comes by his stupidity honestly. He can't help it. It's not a gimmick.
Bert, you're in a room with 3 people who are trying very hard to save you. Yes. Continue to drown.
Can't you let him talk for a second?
Because no, it's his turn. It's Bert's turn. Then
sure?
Tom. Yeah, I think so. You shut him up now.
There is
he shuts him up, and then you'll shut me up.
Nothing benefits Garth in this.
While he was talking.
There's nothing that benefits Garth in this. I'm just being real.
I'll tell you,
benefits
the comments
Tom.
go away.
I'll tell you why.
It's bigger for Tom than it is for Garth.
Well, naturally, in every interaction like that, Bert, it helps one person more than the other. But it would look really cool to Tom's fans if Garth came on the show and did an interview. And since Garth doesn't have any animosity towards Tom, kind of a fun thing.
This was also a hypothetical.
Yeah, Bert, it's also a hypothetical. You don't have to get so worked up, you fucking mongoloid. Well, you do that, and then the fans, it's not like Garth needs the fans to stop, but he might do this, and then he looks cool, and the fans go, all right, well, we're not going to do the fucking Garth Brooks thing anymore. We like him too much.
You do it just for the squeeze.
Yeah.
Here's why I disagree. He
would get fans. Tom Segura's fans. If Garth Brooks, not that he needs more fans.
No, but you would still get them.
He would get more fans. Like Tom Segura fans who maybe don't give a shit about country music would be like, I'll listen to some Garth Brooks. He seems like a cool
I'm
guy.
not a huge Garth Brooks fan, but I'll tell you this. If I read a story about, Tom Segura's fans, they kept fucking with him, they kept shitting on him, and finally Garth Brooks goes, you know what, how about I come on your show?
Yeah.
And I'd be like, I'm a fan.
That's a cool move.
That's a
I
baller
don't know why
move.
Bert is so passionate about this.
All right, well, that's pretty much the end of the clip. Again, Too Lazy to Try is a really funny YouTube channel. Check him out. We could, you know what? If he's got more of this, we can play a little more.
Wouldn't you still want to see it happen?
I feel bad.
Full of them.
By the way, Too Lazy to Try. If you ever watch this, which I don't know if you ever would, I'm sorry that I'm skipping over your parts, but I don't want to, rip off anything you say or be influenced by you. I want your shit to be yours. I want people to go watch it and see what you do. You probably will do a better job of it than we did.
No.
And there's a handful of them that leaned into it.
Yeah.
Like they were like a dude's dating video that we profile and we make fun of, and then he's like, hey, I'm the guy. And everybody who's making fun of them goes, oh, like
he's cool.
You're owning that you made this terrible dating video. And then it becomes like basically they become all fans of this guy.
Right.
Yeah,
that's what
happened with Rich.
Yeah, even on our small world in the podcasting world, the Right On people, they owned it and they were like, you guys are cool. You just busted our balls a little. And they gained a bunch of views from it. Thanks for the views. Yeah. And we're like, well, we can't hate these people. Ed and Michelle from The Great Indoors, when April and I watch their food stuff from the different restaurants. Love those two because they own it. There's no phoniness to them.
And I think if he were to show the sense of humor,
what did I ever do to y'all?
Okay,
I think it would actually people would flip out.
Objection. You're
of course you have an objection.
I'm just being.
Yes.
I'm your best friend.
I'm not.
You know what's funny about this? There are 3 grown men in the room, both with more brain cells functioning on one lobe than you have in your entire head, that are telling you you're full of shit, and you're still leaning in. I'm starting to actually oddly respect Bert Kreischer here.
Objection. All right, I'm your best friend. I'm sorry, you shouldn't have to quantify your conversational point with our friendship.
Wouldn't it be funny if Tom was like, no, Joe is.
I'm your best friend. I don't like you anymore.
Yeah, I just don't like you anymore. Hey, what's up, fatty? But yeah, you're right. That's what I'm saying, though. Like the maturity of a 14-year-old. He has to, when he's in an argument, he thinks helping his argument is going, I'm your best friend. It's like, dude, you're in 7th grade right now. You got to catch up with the conversation.
Disagree.
Just talk.
Just go ahead.
Speak from
You're
your
talking
heart.
about the guy's dating video versus Garth Brooks.
Yeah.
Who's selling out stadiums.
Yeah.
He already has the fans.
I know he does.
You're talking about
Fair. I'll
a guy
retract it.
Who in all respects is kind of trolling a star. It's like if it's I'm just being honest about it. Is because
I know, but it's funny.
I think what actually happens. This is my just opinion.
Yeah, keep guzzling that booze, dickhead. Maybe good ideas will come out of it.
What the heck is on your wrist?
Gay.
He's wearing a watch, and then something looks like it's cutting off circulation.
Gay is on his wrist.
Over here.
I think what
fuck's going on?
I've thought about this before, but look, I've thought about this a ton.
No. That's not helping you. Just say that you're pulling this out of your ass right now, and then it sounds better.
Wait, this is well thought out?
This is a well thought out concept you've been coming up with?
You thought about this a ton?
That's not good. Jesus.
Look, this really bad take I have. I know you guys are all like, hey, don't talk out of your ass. I've been thinking about this.
Guys, this really dumb fucking thing I'm about to say, I've actually been really thinking hard about this, and then just stupid diarrhea comes out of his mouth. I mean, Bert Kreischer. Again, dude, I'm going to say I think Bert Kreischer and Brendan might be close.
I got the only defense, and I hate that I'm defending him, but the only defense I can give Bert Kreischer is that, one, I can say without a doubt his stand-up is at least funnier than Brendan's.
Yes.
And two, I think he's projecting more than anything. I think he can't get past himself. And so when he looks at any situation, he's got to see it as himself. And so at first I thought he was taking it as, oh, I could never let go of this, which is why obviously Garth can't. And then as we saw by the end of it, he started taking it more as, oh, well, if I'm that guy, I'm so big, why would I bother? There's no fans. There's nothing in it for me.
Right. Exactly. I mean, he is just, maybe we should be looking into more Bert Kreischer.
I think so.
That might be a fertile hunting ground for Lil Countess.
I will say he definitely looks like a heifer. So Lil Cow territory.
Thank you to